Hello, welcome to the second episode of the Mexican Mass Show. I'm your host, Cancerian. Today I'll be talking about shock collars for kids and criminals. Yes, shock collars. With monitors in them, of course. Maybe something like here or something. You know, not for really small kids, but say starting at age 10. I think it'd be a good idea. You've had a decade to learn how to act. Now let's see what you have absorbed. Until 18, you'll be made to wear it. Criminals that are convicted of a felony, aside from serving your sentence, you will be required to wear a collar as part of your parole. Minimum 1 year collar on parole. Hey, if you act like a child, you'll be treated like one. I really don't care what you think, because you rarely do, I bet. Kids' collars will be colored green. Criminals' collars will be colored white with dunce written on them. Just the criminals. Kids don't have to have dunce written on them. They don't have to. Some may get it if they're little criminals. Collars will be equipped with a camera, of course, a little monitor. Hey, if you think you do no wrong, or if you think somebody's abusing the shock privileges they have over you, turn it on. It'll limit child abuse. There you go. Stop. And if you're being bullied by a kid in your class, it can make them stop. Also, it'll prevent kids from being truant for school, because you belong in school. You're a kid. That's where you belong. That is where you belong. Just get used to it. Unless the wearer of the collar is shocked 3 times, you get, caught 3 times by a behavior coach doing something they really weren't supposed to. Behavior coach, parent, guardian, that's who I would allow to teach, and I'll go in that more in a bit. But if they catch you doing something, then your camera will be on nonstop, and you'll be monitored at all times by a behavior coach. You don't know how to act. You got to be taught. I'm sorry you're a little smooth criminal, but frankly, I don't care what you think. You're gonna have it on, and that goes for felons too. I mean, you're a moron, you'll be treated like one. Or act like an animal, be treated like one. Okay, if you gotta, go to the bathroom or use the toilet or take a shower or something, you'll be given, 15 minutes or something. Maybe, they'll block it out, or you can even maybe put on something like a little clip piece so that you can control that it's on, and, it's blocks out the camera. Just a little clip piece to block out you from being viewed. That'd be great. And they tell you, yeah, you're running out in a minute, you better get out of the bathroom and get dressed. Yeah, shower, get out. Drop the deuce, get out. Don't sit there and linger. You can read a book in your room or whatever. Read a magazine, Sports Illustrated, whatever. You can read it not on the toilet. You're not an adult yet. Only adults get to read on the toilet. Okay. If you lack modesty and you just want to be a pig, you'll be shocked for it. Don't care. I told you to ask for permission. I told you to wait for permission. And you didn't have, who's going to stop you from going to the bathroom? You're like, Coach, can I go to the bathroom? Maybe the monitor just beeps, or maybe there's a voice going, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, all right, go ahead. Got 15. You're on the clock. Go ahead. Cool. Okay. Who will be given authority to shock others? The child's parents or guardian, of course. Unless they've been convicted of a felony, then they will not be allowed to shock them. They could say monitor on, or maybe have a ring that turns the monitor on if the kid's acting up. Or choose to turn their monitor on, but they'll not be allowed to shock. Only behavior coaches and good people should shock kids for misbehaving. Criminals lack self-control and discipline, therefore they should get no rights in shocking people. I don't care if you made them. You may be allowed to breed, but you shouldn't be allowed to really parent with a free hand. I mean, was your parents criminals? You're a criminal, were they? A lot of times they are. Of course, criminals not being allowed to breed isn't a bad idea, but then you get into the realm of, oh, I was convicted of a crime I didn't commit. Yeah, blah, blah, BS. Sure. They just had your DNA fingerprints and you were on a monitor. You were on a Quickie Mart camera. Yeah. You didn't do that thing. Whatever. Teachers, law enforcement, and federally tested and certified behavior coaches will be the ones also allowed to shock the kids besides the parents or guardians. Also, I'm thinking age 75 behavior maestro. You know, as long as they have adequate vision and hearing. I mean, you ain't got to have fighter pilot, but, you know, adequate. You can see the little butthead doing something stupid, and you can hear him doing something stupid, and maybe being mentally stable would be a really good idea. So, you know, yearly mental and eye care exams for the elderly provided for free. Provided for free for the elderly. Yeah. So you would make the world a better place. We're helping our old people. And that's beautiful. We should respect our elders. And then we'll let, and elderly people allowed to shock kids will make kids more respectful of them. I mean, because a shock should be for like level 1, which is like a static shock, to level 10, which is like a taser hit, maybe. Or almost. You know, something that will knock them on their butt. Because they needed it. Shocking commands would be given by like a ring or a bracelet of some sort. Something concealable. That you know, you don't want people seeing who's a behavior coach, do you? I mean, you want them being on their best behavior, you know. They can see like a big Super Bowl ring with a B on it for behavior coach or BC for behavior coach. They're not going to act up. I mean, do you speed in front of cops? Do you litter in front of cops? No. So they will be behaved in front of behavior coaches. So they should try to make it so no one knows who the behavior coach is. Or, you know, conceal it a little bit. You know, just work like you'd like point at them or something and say shock. Maybe put like a chip in their finger or something. I don't know. Something, you know, that will make the kid mind. You know, like, I mean, teachers, they'll probably know the kid's name, so they can say, like, give a specific command, like, you know, a laser-guided missile. Shock John Smith! Ugh! Little Johnny gets it for acting up. That's how he gets it. Person caught abusing this power will be stripped of their ring and never be allowed to wear one again. Yeah, it's fair. Deal with it. And you should probably be fined, and if not, be made to wear a collar for a year yourself for being a jerk. Hey, you couldn't do the job. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have took it. I mean, especially a job where you could abuse somebody with impunity. It's just how it works. Okay, parents that refuse to let their child be collared will be charged with any crime a child may commit. Because they're not wearing a collar, they can't be controlled and monitored. Therefore, you said your kid's an adult. From ages 10 to 8, anything they do, you will be held accountable with them. They do 6 months in juvie, you're going to do 6 months in county. Don't care what you think. You will also wear a collar for a year upon your release. Parole release. Yeah. And then you and your kid will both have monitors and collars. Deal with it. Hey. You didn't want your kid to be under control, so you let them do whatever the hell they want. Then they committed a crime. It's your fault. They're your kid, ain't they? You're at fault. No one under the age of 25 will be allowed to be a behavior coach. Yeah, I know. People under age 25, you know everything. But TS, it's doubtful that you have the wisdom to use it. Well, majority of you don't anyways. The only exception would probably be like police and teachers. Like, as long as they become police and teachers. You know, their career, they need to be behavior or have the ability to shock. So, you know, that's the only exceptions. I'm sorry to anybody under the age of 25 who isn't part of that. I mean, if you are a good person but you're not going to be a cop or a teacher, you're a small minority of people under the age of 25. Let's be honest here. You've seen how your friends act. Come on. Do they always have self-control and discipline? No. Okay, I know 30s and 40-year-olds don't, but I'm getting off subject. Okay. And why 25? Well, that means that the kid's parent or guardian can definitely do it, or should be able to do it. I mean, even in the natural world, aside from like it being like a natural world thing, like the olden times. I mean, when they got married at 15, by the kid hitting age 10, you're going to be 25. Okay? Just for the math professors. You have a baby when you're 15. When you're 25, the kid will be about 10. You know, the little bastard needs to learn how to mine, and you should have a shot collar on. Why did I just say little bastard? Because how many 15-year-olds you know get married? Bastard's the correct term. I'm not saying these things to be a dick, but I think the overall problems with our society is the lack of culpability, or is the lack of people's culpability for their actions. Certain individuals need a firm hand to keep them from acting like animals, because otherwise they'll act like animals. Just how it goes. Shock collars with camera monitors would limit bullying again, child abuse, truancy, brutality charges. I mean, it's just nothing but a win-win. I mean, let's think about Trayvon Martin. If he had a monitor on, this guy would have stopped bothering you. You turn it on, my monitor's on, you ding-a-ling weirdo. Yeah, and George Zimmerman, yeah, you're probably guilty. You're guilty of killing that kid. Yeah, he hit you, whatever. I don't believe a 15-year-old attacked you like you said he did. I think you probably provoked it, and in fear he might have attacked you. That's what happened. And then you pulled out a gun and shot him. I mean, stalking someone's kind of, not a good idea. It tends to provoke a response. Alright, that's all for this show. I don't know when I'm going to be doing shows, so I'll put them up periodically, maybe. No set schedule. Just when I feel like doing it. Until I feel like making a set schedule. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. Click like, dislike it. What am I doing? Like, dislike, comment below. I gotta fix this camera. Whatever. Yeah, I'm computer savvy. There we go. Has it been looking this funny the whole time? That's retarded. I'm stupid. Okay, subscribe. Remember, can't behave, don't get caught, especially if your monitor's off.